And good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm here to do a presentation on the early childhood building partnership with families and communities. So let's start with the introduction. As you can see on the screen, that some of the points that I've mentioned. So in early childhood education, we understand that a child's world is made up of interconnected relationships. They don't learn in a vacuum, they learn with the context of their families, their communities, and our services. Therefore, this presentation will describe and discuss how collaborative partnership with families and communities are the absolute foundation for young children's inclusion, learning, and development in the Australian early childhood context. Moving on to the next slide, the foundation role guiding frameworks. It discusses about EYLF core principle partnership, families as first and most influential educators, a two-way flow of information and NSQ quality area 6 collaborative partnerships. As demonstrated in Australia key guiding document, the early years learning framework version 2.0 Government Department of Education and the National Quality Standard. These partnerships are not just a recommendation, they are a professional and ethical obligation. I will explore the benefits that this strong relationship brings to children, families, and educators. Finally, I will recommend practical strategies drawn from the provided literature for how we as educators can effectively establish, encourage, and maintain this vital partnership in our daily practice. As its heart, the role of an early childhood educator is to build relationship. The EYLF is built on the core principle of partnership, which recognizes the learning outcomes are most likely to be achieved when we work in partnership with children, families, and the wider community. The principle is founded on mutual respect, trust, and sharing the strength of each other's knowledge. It positions families as children's first and most influential educators, a concept that fundamentally shapes our pedagogical approach. This is not a one-way street where educators simply form families. True collaboration is a two-way flow of information that helps construct a curriculum that is equitable, encouraging, and genuinely relevant to child. It involves recognizing the unique expertise of families and inviting them to share in decision making about their own child learning and well-being. This vision is cemented in national quality standard, while quality area 6 is dedicated entirely to collaborative partnership with families and communities. Standard 6.1 focuses on developing supportive relationship with families, whereas 6.2 demands that our collaborative partnership enhance children inclusion, learning, and well-being. Those partnerships are especially critical for ensuring inclusion. To understand truly inclusive environment, we must first understand the diverse context of the children in our care. This includes respecting their family structure, cultural languages, and value. When we build a culturally safe environment, we are living the EYLF principle of respect for diversity. Furthermore, when a child has additional needs, a collaborative partnership is the primary mechanism for identifying barriers to inclusion and co-designing the effective strategies to overcome them. It is through this shared that we can make reasonable adjustment to optimize access, participation, and engagement in learning for every single child. It's important to distinguish this deep collaborative partnership from what might be termed parent involvement. Involvement such as helping with fundraising or attending events. It is valuably but often happens on the educator's terms and doesn't fundamentally shift over power dynamic. A true partnership, however, acknowledges the families and their own knowledge and expertise. It is commitment to share power and responsibility for this child journey. Let's move on to the next one. The foundation role of inclusion. True partnership, as I've already discussed above, critically for inclusion, understand diverse context of children, build a culturally safe environment, live the Iwala principle of respect for diversity, and partnership versus involvement, different from parent involvement. Involvement happens on the educator's name. Let's talk about the benefit of genuine engagement. Understanding the benefits of the genuine environment, what we can see is for the children. continuity of learning between home and the services, cultural and identity are upheld, power sense of belonging, confidence as capable and competent learners, and better supported through transitions. So, and for families feel valued, respected, and empowered. So, when we successfully build this strong collaborative relationship, the benefits radiate outwards, positively impacting everyone involved. Research clearly shows that children are far more likely to reach their full potential when their family and their education service work together. For children, the benefits are profound. They experience continuity of learning between home and the services. When reinforcement, their learning and mistake is more meaningful. They feel valued and their cultural and identity upheld, leading to powerful sense of belonging and connection. This is central to ULF outcome. Children have a strong sense of identity. They see their own lives and families reflected in the curriculum, which boosts their confidence as capable and competent learners. For families, the benefits are equally significant. They feel valued, respected, and empowered as their role as parent. They gain a deeper understanding of their children, development, and the educational program, building their confidence in the service. They feel more comfortable asking questions for expressing concern, knowing they are trusting and judgment relationship within their educator. And they also have the opportunity to network and support other families, strengthening the community around the services. For educator and the service advantages are really clear. We can better understand and navigate complex issues affecting families, allowing us to provide more sensitive and appropriate support. We receive direct family feedback, which help us critically reflect on and evaluate the effectiveness of our practices. Let's move on to the next one. Recommendation establishing partnership. Understanding the why and what of partnership is really essential, but the how is where we bring it to life. Building effective partnership requires intentional, sensitive, and sustained effort. Establishing partnership. First, we must create a foundation of welcome and trust from very first interaction. Make first impression count. Communicate genuinely. Value family expertise immediate. And let's move on to the recommendation on encouraging partnership. Once established, we must actively encourage deeper engagement. Be inclusive and respect diversity. This is a core practice of EYLF. We must learn about and show respect for every family's background, cultural, and lifestyle without judgment. This means moving beyond the division perspective and recognizing the cultural capital of all families bring. Address barriers proactively. We need to recognize that barriers to engagement exist. A parent may have concern about an educator's knowledge of additional needs or language may be a barrier. It is our responsibility to identify these and implement strategies such as accessing bicultural support, using visual aids, or liaising with allied health professionals. Lastly is create cultural safe spaces. A key principle of the EYLF is embedding Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islands perspective. This involves genuinely engaging with local communities and elders to ensure programming is culturally strong and respectful. This creates an environment where indigenous children see their cultural reflected. All children gain a richer understanding of Australian First People. Maintaining partnership, embedded partnership in daily practice, sharing decision making continuously. We must regularly invite families to contribute to planning, sharing decision about their child learning, and provide feedback on our program. The fan Sorry, this build trust and ensure with the curriculum remains constant. Build and maintain trust. Trust is the currency of partnership. We must regularly reflect on how trust is established and maintained. Ensuring the relationship is reciprocal and work for everyone. It requires educators to be skilled communicators who listen without judgment. Finally, the conclusion is in conclusion, collaborative partnership with families and communities are not an add-on or desirable extra in early childhood education. They are the central pillar on which quality outcomes for inclusion, learning, and development are built as mandated by national quality standard and woven through every element of the early years learning framework. These relationships are our professional responsibility. By moving beyond simple involvement to a model of genuine two-way collaboration, we honor families as the expertise they are. The benefit for children identifying and learning for families sense of empowerment through intentional strategies to establish, encourage, and maintain this partnership with respect and openness. We create truly inclusive and dynamic learning environment where every child is supported to belong and to become. And the references are as follows.